Welcome back, guys. So today's video is all about how to sew a corset with yoke. The yoke on this outfit was done with a tool. Also, the structural detail you are seeing on this dress, I have a tutorial already on my channel, and if you also like to learn how to beat this outfit, it's also on my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up this video, and let's get to it. And I've placed my pattern on the fabric to cut out this corset. If you want to learn how to draft this corset pattern, it's already on my channel. I'll also be linking it in the description box. So I'm adding 0.75 as my sewing allowance all around, because the sewing allowance is also going to serve as the casing for this outfit. Yes, so I added 2 inches at the down part of the outfit as my joining and sewing allowance. So I'm going ahead to cut out the outfit. Remember that this corset pattern is folded into 2, so each pattern is going to be 2 except for the center front, which is only 1. Also, don't forget to notch your fabrics, because it's going to help you identify which is the down part, the middle side, and all. Mark on it, especially if you are using a plain fabric, so that you can differentiate the front of the outfit from the lining, or sorry, from the wrong side. So guys, you can see that I've gone ahead to cut and iron the A-stay onto both the lining and the main pattern. This is the center front, then these are the side front. So I'll go ahead, turn this way, and sew it down with 0.75. Remember, we added our sewing allowance to be plus 0.75. I'll do the same for this side, and then I'll do the same for the lining. But for the lining, when I finish sewing it this way, I'll turn it and then I'll top stitch the sewing allowance. Make sure you label everything. You see my cup, I labeled it. This is 2, this is the 3, and then I also went ahead and notched everywhere, so I know that this is the down part, and then this is the center part, the part that is going to be touching the nipple, like the center where I'll be joining like both cups. So make sure you mark all these things, because these things, the cups, they tend to be similar, so you don't make a mistake. Yeah, so let me go ahead and couple everything. So I've gone ahead to couple everything together. So this is not one piece, so I'll go ahead and iron this. I'll iron it open. You see, we use sewing allowance of 0.75. That's because we are going to use this to form some of our bonings, because we're going to have boning here, we're also going to have boning at the straight center and then these sides. So you open here, iron it down, also open the back here and iron it down. And after ironing everything down this way, I'll go ahead and sew casing. And then for the bust, the cup, you are going to open it this way and iron it. So what I'll do is that I'll sew here and also sew here, but I'll leave enough space so that I can pass my boning inside it. But before we do that, I'll go ahead and this sewing that we did there, align it together so I can get the center of this place, and then I will notch it here to indicate that is the center. I'll come to this side and then I'll hold it in equal halves, and I'll use my ruler and mark a straight line there, so I'll know that this is the place I'll be putting my boning, and it's going to be exactly at the center. So now I've marked this, I want to add more boning here, something diagonally this way. It's just design I'm doing. You don't have to do that, honestly. You don't even need all of that. It's just that I want to give it a different vibe. That is why I'm going ahead to do this. So for me, the boning I'll be using at this part when I sew it down is this type of boning. This one, you can see that this type of boning you cannot sew on it, so that's what I will be using here. After sewing, I'll fix it in. But then for these lines and then the center that I've drawn here, I'll be using this type of boning. This boning is something that you can sew on. I hope you can see it, because you see the way it's curved. That's how I'm going to place it this way on it. I will not place it this way, I'll place it this way, and when I'm done, I'll take my time and iron it so that everything is going to be flat. So when I do that, I'll sew it here, sew it here too, sew here, sew here, sew here, sew here, sew here, add here, then add here, and I'm done. So guys, you can see I've gone ahead and added all the boning to the outfit. I've added everything except for this boning that I'll fix in this sewing allowance part. This is how the front is looking. So when I've done this, I'll go ahead and top stitch here also, because I also want to add boning to the cup as well, because I'll be doing beadwork on this. So once I'm done forming the case, sewing it, I'll now go ahead and fix this to this cloth and form the cup. So guys, you can see that I'm done. I've gone ahead to add the cup to the outfit. Watch here very closely. You can see like this joining here is coinciding. Make sure that yours is coinciding so that everything is going to be okay. I will go ahead and just couple my lining and I'll be back. So this is my bra cup that I am using. So I'll go ahead and fix it to my lining. You can decide to fix your bra cup to the main fabric, but I don't want to fix my bra cup to the main fabric. I want to fix everything to the lining. Again, I'll be beading this cloth, so I don't want to put it on this. So I'm going to go ahead and sew this round so that it will hold it. So guys, you can see that I've added the cup to the line. I've gone ahead to join it together. So now you can see from the lining, this cup is not high enough. Like usually where I want my corset to be, this is not high enough. Do you get? So at this point there's no structure, like there's nothing firm holding it. So on this part of my clothes, I'll use crinoline and put just at this point, so I can make this part that I'm going to attach the yoke to be firm. But before I fix the crinoline, I'll cut the boning and fix it first. So this is the tool I'll be using. As you can see, this tool stretches from a particular direction. So I had to make sure that the stretchy part is facing vertically, while the horizontal part is the part that is non-stretchy. So now I'm placing my pattern on the tool to cut it, and I didn't add any sewing allowance to this tool because I want my tool to be really snatched on my body. I don't want to have any spacing anywhere. So guys, I'll go ahead and sew this neck together very close, and then if there's any pieces, I'm going to like trim it off. The thread I'm going to sew here is something this color so that it will match well into the skin. For the back pattern, I will go ahead and also sew it here. I have gone ahead to sew it. If you watch my tool, I'm tying it with the threads. I don't top stitch my tool with my sewing machine because tool is very fragile. I realized that it gives it like this finishing that is not neat. So I use my hand. I make sure I leave excess thread at the beginning and at the end. So I use my hand and knot it and then cut off the excess. So at this point, you can see that there is sewing allowance, like excess fabric after the thread. So I'm taking my time to really trim it out. Be very careful when you are doing this because you are cutting very close to the thread. Be careful so that you don't like cut into the thread and then you start all over again. So you trim it very close to the thread so that it will look seamless on the inside. Like when you turn it in, it will look really seamless. And now you've turned the tool to the front, so iron it out properly, like iron is on the lowest. I'll go ahead and run stitch here, and I'll also run stitches here. Now I am going ahead to carefully pin the tool to the main material. You will also replicate the same thing for the back. Carefully place the tool and then we'll go ahead and sew everything together. I want to form my corset rope and the loop as well. I'm not using eyelets for this outfit, so I cut out 1 inch. So I'm going to form my bias, basically like as if I'm trying to form a bias. So you're going to fold in the edges so that you can secure the raw edges. There you go ahead and sew it down. Yes, I've gone ahead to do the thing I use and form my loop. You can see, so I want to come and mark where the loops are going to be. I'll be leaving 050 at this beginning for sewing allowance. Then the down part I'll be leaving 1 inch out. So I'm working with 19 inches. So I'll be using 3 inches. The distance between them will be 3 inches. This is 1, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Disregard this is wrong. Then 18. I'll go ahead and mark it on the other one. You see? So now I like this. I'll open it up this way and get the measurement from here to here is 4 inches, so each one is going to be 4 inches. So I'll cut it into pieces. I'll put it this way and then stitch it. I'll go ahead and also do this part. Remember, I used 0.75 to cut out this pattern, so I'll go ahead and join this corset by the sides here, 0.75, and also at the neckline here I will also join it together. I've joined everything together. I will now come and join the lining to the main fabric, starting from the center. But please, when you're doing it, be careful so that you don't sew the tulle. So I turn to drag the tulle and then pin it down here, so it doesn't enter when I'm sewing it at all. So once I'm done, I'll now take this and pin it here. At this point now, I'll go ahead and use this boning, this one that you can sew on. I'll place it here. I'll be leaving 0.50 sewing allowance here. Place it in and leave also 1 inch here. This is to make this part to be firm. So I want to come and do the panel, the modesty panel at the back. I've cut out this, folded it into two, added estate. We can also added crinoline for firmness. So I'll go ahead and sew it this way. Sew it, iron it flat. Then after ironing it flat, I'll come to the lining side at this point and then I'll sew it. I've gone ahead and closed here. You can see how I sew this boning on it. So you can also see it on this side. I've added the boning here, and you can see the modesty panel I added on the lining side. So I'll go ahead and turn this now and then iron everything out so that it's really neat. I'll also go ahead and attach it to the skirt part of this dress, and we are pretty much done. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up this video, and leave a comment. I am also accepting order. At the end of this video, you are going to find my information. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram account also, Neligout, that's the name. Okay, thank you so much. I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye bye.